We are now in session for a rulemaking hearing pursuant to sections 24-4-103 and 38-12-1104 2J of the Colorado Revised Statutes. We are going to start with a brief introduction regarding Spanish language interpretation at today's meeting.
Awesome, thank you. I will share some instructions in Spanish and in English. Hola, muy buenos días. Mi nombre es Itzel y voy a proveer los servicios de interpretación simultánea. Vamos a proveer de interpretación simultánea, así que va a ser interpretación a la misma vez mientras esté presentando. Entonces, en unos momentos vamos a encender la interpretación simultánea y ya que la enciendamos van a poder ver un icono terráqueo, lo único de un mundo en la parte inferior abajo de su pantalla, o tal vez esté bajo el botón que dice MORE, More, que significa más en inglés con los tres puntitos. Cuando le haga clic a este mundo, este icono de un mundo que diga interpretación, va a elegir entre el canal de español o, o el canal de inglés, y este será el idioma en el que le gustaría escuchar y participar durante la sesión. Y es importante que cada persona que no sea completamente bilingüe en inglés y en español elija su idioma para que cuando yo cambie de un idioma a otro, usted pueda seguir escuchando en el idioma que eligió originalmente. Si está batallando, déjeme saber en el chat. Estoy feliz de ayudarle. Y un recordatorio que estoy aquí porque nos hemos comprometido con la justicia del lenguaje, así que queremos asegurarnos de que todos puedan escuchar y ser escuchados en el idioma de su corazón. Así que gracias por tenernos y de nuevo déjenme saber si tienen preguntas. All right, so in a few moments, we will turn on the simultaneous interpretation. And once we do, you will see a globe icon at the bottom of your screen, or it might be under the More button with the three dots. When you click on this icon, you will choose either the English or the Spanish channel. And this will be the language that you would like to participate and listen during the session. It is important for everyone who is not completely bilingual in English and Spanish to choose a channel so that when I switch from one language to the other, you will continue listening in the channel that you originally chose. It is important for everyone, yeah, to choose a channel. And then just a reminder that I am here because the organizers of this event have made a commitment to language justice. So thanks for providing this space, and let me know if anyone needs any help or has any questions. And we are good to start the interpretation.
Thank you so much. I'm Allison Jord, and I will be presiding over this rulemaking hearing in my capacity as the Director of the Division of Housing. Present are the following individuals from the division: Christina Postolowski, Cassie Vandermeer, and Michelle Garule. Also present is Nikolai Frant from the Office of the Attorney General. Other division staff will be listening to the hearing via Zoom. We are holding this rulemaking hearing to adopt administrative rules drafted by the division staff as a result of public engagement meetings held by telephone and video conference, as well as written communications with members of the public interested in the implementation of the Mobile Home Park Act and the Mobile Home Park Dispute Resolution and Enforcement Act. I will consider the draft rules attached to the rulemaking notice for today's hearing, as well as the written comments submitted in advance of this hearing. Any written or oral comment entered as part of today's hearing and any written comments submitted by 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time on Monday, September 8th, 2025. The proposed regulations were filed electronically with the Secretary of State on July 31st, 2025, and published in the August 10th issue of the Colorado Register in compliance with statutory requirements. The proposed regulations were filed with the Office of Policy Research and Regulatory Reform on July 31st, 2025. The Office of Policy Research and Regulatory Reform determined on August 20th that a cost-benefit analysis was not required for the submission since no public requests were received by its time. Deadline. Announcements of the division's public meetings prior to notice of proposed rulemaking were shared with the program's public email list on June 18th and July 29th, with information where to access the slides and video recordings of the meetings on the division's website. The proposed regulations were posted on the Colorado Secretary of State's website, shared with the program's public email list on August 18th. Additionally, pursuant to section 24-4-103 3B of the Colorado Revised Statutes, each individual requesting notification of proposed rulemaking was emailed a copy of the notice of rulemaking on August 10th. Copies of the proposed rules as well as the statement of bias or basis, specifically statutory authority and purpose are available to the audience upon request. Also available on the division's website are copies of the written testimony provided for my consideration in advance of the rulemaking hearing. As part of the division's early public engagement process, comments in relation to the draft rules were requested by August 28th. The division received written comments from several individuals and entities prior to today's meeting. Public comments received on or before August 28th are available to the public on the division's website. If there are any other written comments that anyone would like submitted and considered part of the record for this rulemaking hearing, please email the comments to mhpop@state.co.us by 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time, Monday, September 8th, That is 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time, Monday, September 8th, and we will mark them as part of the record. The purpose of this hearing is to allow interested parties the opportunity to present comments, data, views, testimony, and arguments concerning the rules as proposed. The public is invited to testify at this hearing. I may call on division staff to ask clarifying questions about the testimony. However, note that division staff will not respond to comments at the hearing. All comments will be limited to 3 minutes, and I request that redundancy be kept to a minimum. Each individual offering testimony at this rulemaking hearing must be on the record. Therefore, any person who wishes to speak at this hearing must record his or her name, address, phone number, and the organization represented, if any. We ask that you record this information using the paper or online sign-up sheet before you speak. The online sign-up sheet was shared over email on August 18th, and we are putting a link to the sheet in the chat box for this Zoom meeting. If you have not done so, please sign up now. If you are joining by phone, you can press *9 to raise your hand, and we can unmute your line and add you to the testimony list. Is there anyone joining by phone who would like to testify but has not completed the online form? Okay, I see none. Thank you. Today's virtual hearing is being recorded, and I ask that people introduce themselves prior to testifying. I also ask that you speak loudly and clearly enough to ensure that your testimony is recorded. If you're joining the hearing virtually, you are invited but not required to turn on your video while you're speaking. I will consider all factors outlined in the Administrative Procedures Act during my deliberation of the proposed rules and the written and verbal testimony submitted in response to them. I will now call on individuals to testify in the order that they are listed on the sign-up sheet. First, we have Kevin Said Herchi. Oh, is that two different people? Yeah. Okay, so sorry about that. Is it Kevin Sales? I don't see anyone by that name in participants. Is there a Kevin online that would like to testify? Okay, we'll go to the next person on our list. Saeed Herchi? Said or Saeed? Okay, we'll go to the next person on the list. Okay, we had two people on our list testify. Kevin and Saeed or said. If they are not, here to testify, or if anyone else wishes to testify, please raise your hand or indicate in the comments box, chat box. It appears that we do not have anyone online to testify at this time. Therefore, the comment and testimony portion of this rulemaking hearing is now closed. I will review and consider written comments, data, views, testimony, and arguments that were submitted to me and received by August 28th. And any others submitted prior to 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time, Monday, September 8th, in conjunction with the oral comments, but we have had no oral comments. I have 180 days in which to adopt all or parts of the proposed rules and any amendments to them. After adoption, the rules will be forwarded to the Attorney General's office with a request for an opinion on the constitutionality and legality of the rules. I will instruct division staff to also send a copy to interested members of the public in addition to posting them on the division website. On or before the 20th day following the adoption of the regulations, the rules and opinion of the Attorney General will be filed with the Secretary of State for publication in the Code of Colorado Regulations. On or before the 20th day following the adoption of the rules will be filed with the Office of Legislative Legal Services as required by law. Any adopted rules become effective 20 days after publication of the adopted rules in the Colorado Register. I close the rulemaking hearing at this time. Thank you for your cooperation.